All right, so last up, we are going to talk about the rising signs here for the intermediate class. Now, we talked about the sun sign, how that is your outward personality, right? Your moon sign is more your inner nature, or this is your shadow side, or this is your internal nature. Um, and then your rising sign is kind of who you are, how you present yourself to the world. When you first meet someone, or when you are just kind of bursting into a scene, this is how you project yourself, okay? So, Aries rising sees the world as competitive. Winning is everything for them, okay? They need to be on top. They need to win at all costs. There's the initial spark of life with them. There's momentum, charisma. They're always working toward exciting achievements, and they live a very fast-paced life. They just can't, they are not comfortable. They are kind of miserable any other way. Now, Taurus rising values lasting stability. They seek to build lives that they themselves can trust, and they prioritize security, comfort, long term investments. They appreciate the physical, tactile experiences, and they enjoy working with their hands. They enjoy romance, they enjoy sensuality, pleasure. They also like stability and longevity in relationships, in work, career, whatever. Stability, longevity, extremely important to them. They're very stubborn. They do not like change, and they need to slow down a little bit and learn to trust the process. Okay, because so sometimes, like, it's not just about just plodding along and doing things the same way. They need to trust there's the process of change. They need to learn to trust that once they have it down, they're good, right? Um, and it's not always easy for these rising signs. Now, Gemini rising is driven by curiosity. They definitely, again, even maybe more so than your typical Gemini sun or Gemini moon. Gemini rising is driven by curiosity, play, and social connection. Their life needs to be full of this. There is a duality in their personality, okay? Things aren't always black and white, but one day they can think of things this way, and the very next day they have completely shifted their mindset because they are willing to learn and adapt. I see the world as an exciting place filled with interesting people to meet and fascinating subjects to learn. They're always hungry for conversation, little bits of wisdom, and communication plays a critical role in every Gemini rising's experience. They are flighty. They definitely have a tendency for gossip. This placement of a rising placement thrives on novelty, new things, makes fun an actual core value in their life. So some people might see them as like they're not that serious, or they don't have any kind of structure or whatever. That's not the case at all. They've set up their life so that they work to play, and play takes a top priority. That also can kind of mean that flightiness, that dualityness. If you're dull, if you're unadaptable, if you're not willing to change, if you're not willing to listen to and share ideas, if you're a little bit too rigid, you're they're going to keep you at arm's length. They'll still try to engage you, but they definitely don't want any parts of the doldrums. Okay. Now, Cancer rising needs to feel safe and supported in order to let down their guard. Themes of trust, loyalty, security, and support run through many issues throughout their lives. All right. They're very sensitive, they're very nurturing, and extremely loyal. They do assume parental roles within their social life. Okay. So if you've ever had that friend that, like, all of a sudden jumps to the mommy role, the daddy role, the, oh, let me give you a ride home. Oh, you need an aspirin. Yep, I have one in my purse. Oh, don't associate with that person. Don't do this. And you're just like, dude, you're my friend. You're not my parent. And, especially can be overbearing as adults, but as children, it's off-putting to other children because they seem almost like, okay, you are my age. Why are you acting like a grown-up? Because they're trying to take care of you. That's how they express that they care. All right. Again, back to the theme of the mother, maternal, paternal. Now, Leo rising, they experience life as high drama theatrics, okay? They are regularly seeking out larger than life experiences. They are bold, brave, warm, and courageous. They're definitely drawn to the spotlight. They need to be seen. They need to be appreciated and recognized for their talents and accomplishments. But the biggest lesson here, that Leo risings need to learn is you need to learn how to share the stage. Okay. You're not the only star. They're not the only star. They need to learn how to scoot over and let other people come in and share the spotlight a little bit. And they have a real hard time with that because they really do, being Leo, after all, think that everything revolves around them or is about them. And it's not, but being ruled by the sun. I mean, all the planets revolve around the sun, so y'all are all my satellites. Y'all revolve around me. Not the case, Leo rising. Okay, cool your jets. Virgo rising is a very interesting creature. They experience reality through systems, structure, and productivity. Okay, like everything can be explained within the confines of that. They're inspired by the practical. They're very grounded. Their reality. They're always cultivating routines and habits that are going to improve their day-to-day experiences. All right. So they're constantly tweaking. They're never satisfied. Not 100% completely. So that perfectionism can really drive people crazy. They're always collecting, processing, and sharing information. Now, dialogue and conversation is also very important for this placement. They deeply value relationships that enable easy and open conversation. Okay. Again, prone to that perfectionism, they need to develop compassion for themselves and for others because, let's get real, Virgo risings. Nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. There is no perfect world. There is no black and white, right or wrong answer. You're not always right. You might be looking at things differently and might have come about things in the wrong way. And you need to be open-minded enough to take in other people's ideas and thoughts. My dogs are getting ready to bark, and I don't know if there's a delivery driver out there or not, so I apologize. The dog's whining a little bit, but we want to get through this. So next up is Libra rising. Luna, that's enough. Now, they value, again, Libra, balance, justice, harmony, right? So they value balance, harmony, and diplomacy. They're very social creatures. They are happiest when they are partnered. They do not like to be single, or they do not like to do things solo. They are not one for solo road trips, going to the movies, taking themselves out to eat. They need an entourage. Or at least one companion, whether it's a love partner or a friend with them almost at all times. Luna. Shh. Now, they often assume the role of mediator because the planet Venus, love, beauty, and values, they have the strong aesthetic sensibilities, appreciation for romance. They emphasis on peace and tranquility. Again, they struggle with indecision because they don't want to upset others. Okay, that's that whole balance. And they don't want to upset people. They don't want to speak out of line to make people not like them. They really are try to tiptoe that balance of always being the charismatic, open-minded, friendly, outgoing, understanding, compassionate one. even if they're angry. So that can eat them up, though. That's the thing. They will go so far out of the way to not argue and to keep everything on an even keel, that like they swallow it, and then they get bitter. um so they need to remember also that sometimes the right decision is the hard decision. Okay, not everything is easy, and if it was easy, if it comes too easy, then why are you choosing that just to, again, maintain the status quo? So they need to come to grips with, sometimes they have to be the one to make the hard decisions. Now, Scorpio risings, they see themselves as natural born detectives. They use their emotional sensitivity to get to the root of every situation. They will get to this truth. They deeply, have picked up little nuances of conversation, of people's physical behavior, eye contact, whatever. And they have power. They link all of that, all their context clues, with powerful, very powerful intuitive abilities. They make metamorphosis, change, a reoccurring theme in their life. They're not happy with a big dramatic change once in their life. This is a reoccurring theme throughout their lives for the most part. They often can be very hard to read themselves, though, because they have countless secrets that they are trying to make sure you can't find. So they will dig to find out your little dirty secrets, because they're hiding some of their own. Once they build trust with people, they do prove to be very deeply loyal friends and lovers. All right, it just takes time. It just takes time. All right. And then Sagittarius rising, again, loves adventure, very dynamic, spirited, most fulfilled when connecting with interesting people. Don't be boring. Don't be boring around a Sagittarius rising person. They want to pursue new experiences, deep diving into bizarre topics with like-minded friends. They don't like conflict either. Like they like to get into it, but they want people that think like them around them. They have intrinsic optimism, though. They do have the tendency to truth bomb people and end up with their foot in their mouth. So they will tell you exactly how it is, and more than you ever wanted to know. So that's my little tidbit of advice for Sag risings is, like, rein it in a little bit there, horsies. Like, you jump on the bit a little bit. Don't spill all the beans at once, unless people ask. Okay. Capricorn risings are stern, stoic, hardworking attitude, commitment to responsibilities. They feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, and that can lend to the cold, hard edge reputation. But they're not really that way. They just need to remember not to treat their friends like employees. Okay. They are very honest, though, steady, refreshingly consistent. Just rein it in. Like, not so much the parent of everyone, but, like, really, not everyone is here to do a job for you, Capricorn rising. And Aquarius rising. Innovative, progressive, humanitarian, determined to make positive, lasting change on a grand scale. Their life trajectory is fueled by issues relating to collective ideals, determined to address injustices. Revolution and rebellion is in their blood. Unconventional spirit. Do not try to tie them down. Do not try to pin them down. Do not, whatever you do, take away their freedom or their ability to express themselves or help other people in the way that they want to. They're thinking on a global level. Okay, they're not a fan of small talk at all, which is why you can come off a little bit cold and aloof, kind of like the Capricorn, except for in this case, it's just because, like, this is boring. Why aren't we talking about how to solve this crisis with the migrants detained in El Salvador? Why are we talking about the color of your shoes, right? And then finally, we have Pisces rising, and they experience life through vibes. Like, everything is a vibe. Good vibe, negative vibe. In between, they can't feel the vibe, or they feel too much of a vibe. They're very wise, they're very empathetic, and they take in all the experiences, again, of the 11 preceding signs. So they are embedded with the emotions, memories, and information of all the previous signs. So this kind of defines Pisces psychic abilities. It's the wise old man. They have, or wise old woman, but dreams, illusion, fantasy, they operate on the subconscious realm. Pisces ascendants are so connected with the intangible and the unseen and astral energy. It's not always easy for them to connect with the world through linear thoughts and ideas. So they embrace music, art, and poetry to help kind of express that. And then so they need a lot of time away, a lot of time to escape from the mundane before they can reconnect. All right, so I hope that's all starting to make sense. We have 3 parts again to this course. It ended up being, we're going slightly over 30 minutes, about 35, 40 minutes. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, message me with any questions, please. And we will see you on our advanced astrology course in a couple of weeks. All right, thanks for hanging in there, and I will hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.